Good evening. I'm going to do a short restorative practice this evening. It's the first one I've recorded for a week or so. I've not been that well, bug or a virus. Passed out, fell down the stairs, hit head, still got a bit of a black eye, and one or two other stressful things have happened. So I need to do, and we all have this place sometimes where we just need to do a practice that's restorative. So we think about what it is that restores us, what helps us to reset our nervous system. And for me, it's being on the mat, it's meditation, it's these guys. So this is perfect for me to restore this evening. So the first posture that I'm going to do is just a posture that opens my frontal space, because I've been a bit tense, and the shoulders wrap around and the heart space closes. So something like this. If you haven't got a bolster, it doesn't matter. You can roll a duvet, use some cushions or whatever you have to hand. 2 or 3 pillows would do the job as well. So somewhere around here. So you bring the bolster up close to the sacrum and kind of lift and lengthen as you come over. Maybe a bit of extra support under the back of the head. That's not quite enough for me, so I'm going to give that another fold maybe, so I've got a little bit more. You need to be as comfortable as you can for this kind of practice, so as supported as you can. You want to feel nurtured and held. So this is good for me. My head feels good, my neck feels good, my back feels okay. I'm going to support my hips as well, so a couple of blocks. Again, you could use cushions or folded blankets or whatever you have to hand. And I'm just going to take this for a couple of minutes, this posture. So we want to soften into it. We want to find our breath. Lengthen the inhale. You feel that space, that opening as you inhale. You feel the ribs expanding and the heart space opening. It feels fantastic. So big inhales. And then long exhales, and you just feel the body soften down into the support. As you exhale, you feel your shoulders soften, almost as if your shoulder blades wrap around your bolster or your support. Your back ribs soften down, your neck relaxes. Check your jaw. You might just need to move or shift the jaw a little bit side to side to release tension from your jaw. Maybe a big long exhale. You can let the eyes close. And we just take a few breaths here. Whenever you feel that you're a little stuck or you have more to let go of, you can open the mouth and sigh the breath away. As we start to relax, we start to reset the nervous system. Just notice how the skin around your eyes feels. If there's tension there, if you can soften a little bit around the eyes. Notice if there's tension in your jaw, if you're clenching your teeth. You could stay here for longer if you feel that the position is really good for you. If you feel that you'd like to be here for another minute or two, that would be fine. For now, I'm just going to extend out the legs. So just one leg at a time, sliding that leg out long and straight, and then the other. And I'm just going to take another breath or two here before I go anywhere else, before I move. Just let the legs relax. And you just feel the way the energy is maybe a little bit different around the hips, through the inner leg lines, the inner thighs. And then when you feel that you're ready just to come out of that position, you can bend your legs. So one leg at a time, just bending your knees. And then you might feel that you want to roll off to one side. You might feel that you want to bring yourself up slowly to sitting here. So whatever you do, go slowly. And I'm just going to drop forward here and release the spine in the other direction. So just letting the head drop and the back round a little bit and the spine decompress. And then I'm going to take another back bending posture, and again I'm going to use the bolster. It's another nice easy posture, so nothing this evening is going to be challenging or strenuous. You cannot lay on there. Go back over there. Go back over there. Come on. I think my phone, shame on me, gave a little ping, so I'm just going to put that on the side. Okay, so this one is a Setu Bandhasana, but a really easy version, a supported version of Setu Bandhasana. So I'm going to use my bolster, but you could use blocks for this. You could use, again, cushions or pillows. And you want to come onto the support so that your sacrum is kind of towards the front of your bolster, and then just ease yourself over the bolster. And then just make sure that this feels okay for you. So you're opening your frontal space, you're opening your belly space again. So we feel this this position more opening the belly than the chest. The previous was maybe more about opening the chest. But I'm going to take my arms up and over my head as well. Now you don't have to, if your shoulders are tight, and if your arms are going to be here with the elbows off the ground, because maybe the fronts of your shoulders or your chest is a little tight, this is maybe no good. You're just hanging on your tension. You want to be able to let the arms drop all the way down so it's nice and easy. If that doesn't work, keep the arms lower or out maybe at shoulder height. So find the right place for you. This is okay for me. And your feet about hip distance apart. And some people might like to straighten out their legs. I've got a few students that just really love this version of the posture. You want the bolster more under your sacrum than your lumbar. Okay, so just check that if you're straightening out your legs, so you're not stressing your lower back. I prefer a softer version. I prefer to keep my knees bent, my feet on the floor. This is okay for me. My first practice in a few days. And again, I just want to breathe a bit of space into my belly, my ribs, my chest. And just noticing what you feel here as you breathe. As you inhale, maybe you can breathe space into some of the tighter spots. As you exhale, just feeling the body release, and let go and dissolve a bit of the tension. And just check again there, skin around the eyes and around the mouth. Sigh away whenever you need to. I'm going to stay for maybe just another 5 breaths, but you know, again, you can just pause the recording and stay for longer if it feels appropriate for you. So really enjoy these last 4 breaths here. Good. Okay, from here we're going to take the feet up and just bring a little relaxation to the legs. So check that your support is underneath your sacrum here, and then just take one foot off the floor and make sure that feels okay. And if it does, you take the other foot away from the floor. And we're going to pop the feet up in the air here. Now, if you let your legs fall over, and you can experiment a little bit with this, if you're flexible, they're more likely to fall over, you know, if your hamstrings are long. But it brings more pressure into your shoulders and your neck. You'll feel the difference if you just kind of shift the legs. Ideally, your legs are going to be about vertical. So the alignments, the most congruent alignment for your femur is just to drop into your hips, into your pelvis. I'm going to keep my arms up over my head because it's really comfortable for me, but you can bring your arms down by your sides if you prefer. If you're feeling a bit of pressure in the back of the head or the neck, just maybe bring your shoulder blades a little more in towards each other, a bit more underneath you, and take a bit more support that way. So find the position that works for you. If your hamstrings are tight, if they're not happy, then bend your knees a little bit for sure. Okay, if you need to come all the way in and relax your legs, you can. If you can, just leave them up there. It's as if they're just hanging from the ceiling. Imagine you have a thread from the ceiling to your big toes maybe, and your legs are just suspended here. Your femurs are falling into your hips. And again, you can close your eyes. Take a few breaths. So try and relax your quads, the fronts of your thighs. Relax your feet and your toes. Your knees are soft. And you know you can do this position with your legs supported against a wall if this is stressful for you. I think there's a couple of practices on there, the channel where we practice legs up the wall. I think one is light wall work, or wall work 1, something like that, and the other one is the first of the bedtime yoga practices, I think, and we do legs up the wall in both of those. So have a look at those practices if this is too much. And for this time, I'm just going to take another breath or two, but you know, if you want to stay here, again, you can stay for longer. You can just pause recording. And when it feels like enough, you can bend one leg and just put the foot on the floor, and then bend the other and put that foot on the floor. And you'll feel the way the fluid flows or drains back into your feet when you put your feet on the floor. And then bring the arms over if you still have your arms up and over your head. Let the shoulders relax for a moment. And then we're just going to push the bolster out from underneath the sacrum. So you might want to lift up onto your toes. Just roll that away. And I'm just going to let my legs drop out and over the bolster for a moment or two. So it's like a little mini shavasana here, so that I can feel into my my body, maybe make a note of how I feel, how it's going. Good. Okay, I'm going to take the spinal twist next. I'm going to take a version where I just bring my right leg over this bolster. Now, if this version doesn't work for you, you can just bend both knees and drop the knees over like a Jatara Parivartanasana. I like this version, but you want to just hook, just press that way, the leg right over the bolster if you can. So you let your low leg, your foot just drop over there, and then just unwind and release the body into the twist. Now if it's too much, you want more support under this leg, so you could always use a block or another blanket or a cushion under this leg if it's too much. If your right shoulder, so this is my right leg coming over the bolster, if your right shoulder is off the floor, then you need to raise the leg so that the twist isn't quite as intense and you can drop that shoulder down. You can also of course adjust where you have your arm can be lower. So just finding a place again that's good for you. And then a few breaths here. Check in with your neck in this position and just make sure that there's no stress or strain. You don't need to be turning your head in the opposite direction to your legs are moving. That might bring stress or strain into your neck. So just find a good place, find a sweet spot for your neck and then take a breath or two here. And again, use the sigh just to help you to soften and relax and let go a little bit more. And we'll just take another 2 or 3 breaths here in the twist. Again, just go back to checking for tension in your forehead or around your eyes or your jaw. Sigh if you need to. Take one more. Good. And then just slowly bring yourself out of your twist. You might feel that you've opened a little bit around this outer right hip. I'm certainly feeling that. The body's a little bit stiff. You come back into the center. Now for you, you'll just move your bolster over to the other side and turn the other way. I'm going to swap ends so that I don't turn away from you. And the same. So the bolster's nice and close up against the side of your body, and you just bring your leg over the bolster. You want to shrug this shoulder, so it's the right shoulder that's shrugging out from underneath me. I'm using the elbow to help me do that. Try not to press into the back of the head to lift your shoulder out, because you're going to stress your neck that way. So you use your elbow to help you. You adjust that shoulder out from underneath you, and you just come into your twist again. And you can breathe into, this is now my left side, so you can breathe into the whole left side. You can release tightness in your left shoulder. Make sure the shoulder blade is dropping down. You can have the arm lower if you need to. There's stress or tension in your shoulder. Up high if it's comfortable for you. And check in with the neck again. Make sure you're not bringing any stress or strain into your neck. So there's no effort here. You're just allowing your body to fall into the support of the bolster on one side, support of the floor for your arm and your shoulder on the other side, and everything in between here, everything through the center of your body can just unwind, release and open. Let's take another few breaths to this side. Check the eyes again. For me, every time I bring my attention back to the skin around the eyes, there's a little bit of tension there. So it's kind of part of my rotation of awareness, just to keep coming back and checking there around the eyes and the forehead, maybe the jaw. I also catch myself pressing the tongue into the roof of the mouth or the back of the teeth, so a little bit of tension there. So one more breath. Sigh away if you need to. Good. And then you can bring yourself back into the center. And then we're just going to bring the knees in towards us. So just coming into, it's Apanasana, wrapping the arms around. So we give ourselves a bit of a hug. You might want to rock a little bit, just ease out your back, kind of massage right to left of your spine, your kidney space. And take a breath or two again. And then I'm going to take my legs back over the bolster. You might want to cover yourselves up here for a few moments. Just again, a really nice easy Shavasana. a few breaths. And I'm not going to stay here for too long. I know a lot of you like a shorter practice, but remember, you can take longer if you would like to. So just long enough again to check in with any tension that I'm holding in my face and mouth, neck and shoulders. When you feel that you're ready, you can stretch your legs. Maybe just move the feet, the ankles. You can stretch your arms. You might want to take yourself over onto one side before you bring yourself up to sit. You might feel that you're ready to roll yourself up, so come up in a way that feels okay for you. And you can just bring yourself to sit quietly for a moment or two before you move on. So I'm going to put my back right against Hazarika's head, right against the sofa, so that I've got more support than maybe I would usually have. I'm just feeling in the last moments of your practice that each inhalation is restoring your energy. Each exhalation allows you to let go of any tension or stress. When you feel ready, you can bring your hands in front of your heart. Take a little bow forward to close your practice. Slowly up. Namaste. Namaste, you guys. Saki and Azurika and Usa and Desi. Thanks, guys. Namaste. Thank you.